Okay, in this video we're going to import an EOSIO project into the CLion IDE. Before we start, one thing I do want to call out is I got these steps from Kevin Heifner. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce the last name, but Kevin is one of the core EOS developers. Contributed a bunch of code to the EOS GitHub, and he did a workshop back in May 10th. Looks like May 10th. For his company, which is called OCI, and in this he walks you through a bunch of really good EOS stuff. So I just wanted to kind of call out or pay homage, I guess, to his videos. He does an address book tutorial in this. It's very, very good, very useful information. Obviously he's a core developer, so you know you're getting the best information. But at the very beginning of the tutorial, I think it's like maybe 13 minutes in, he goes through setting up the CLion IDE because so many people have requested this information, and so I'm just kind of disseminating the same information that I got through this workshop. So as many people as possible get their hands on this because I know getting IDE is a hot topic for EOS. So anyway, let's get started. By the last video, you would have built the EOS code to the point where you could run Node EOS, right? So get your project into that state, and then what you're going to do is you're going to go to the CLion IDE and you'll import the project, the same project that you've already built the code in here, right here. For me, it's the home directory and then software projects EOS. As you can see here, home, software projects EOS. So you'll import that project. What you want to do is open the project because the EOS project comes pre-packaged with a CMake list, so you don't want to overwrite that CMake list. You definitely want to keep that CMake list. So you're going to open the project. In my case, I'll just open it in this window because that's the project I had open already anyway. This is part of the reason why I don't use an IDE, as I said earlier. It takes a long time on my computer because my computer is very slow. Also, I was an embedded engineer before I started working at Amazon, so I got used to doing a lot of things in Vim and on the command line, so kind of stuck with that ever since. Eventually, though, it will pull in all the symbols and all that other good stuff it's doing now, and you should have all the contracts and everything. That originally, here in this list, you won't have any contracts loaded, meaning you won't be able to build any of them because the CLion IDE won't really know how to do that. And in order to fix that, you'll go here to File, Settings. Eventually you'll go to Settings. You'll go to Build, Execution, Deployment, and then CMake. And here, pretty much directly one-to-one off of Kevin's video. A couple of things I had to change were the Clang version because between the time he recorded his workshop and the time I'm recording this video, the Clang version has changed. My WASM is in a different directory than his WASM. I had to explicitly include the boost root because I think it was pulling in an older version that was on my path or something like that. So I had to go through and install a newer version of boost. Another thing I had to do was update the Clang in order to record this video, all these other little goodies. But generally, this is how you set up your CMake to compile the code in CLion. Again, I got that directly off of Kevin's video, so definitely go check that out. From there, it might do a bunch of stuff. It will probably even go through and give you a bunch of compiler errors. I think the majority of people are going to have to kind of hack their way through this in order to get it working. But so if you do get compiler errors, don't panic. Just take maybe an hour and work through it. What I did here is I just opened up the hello contract and then I built it just to prove that the compiler was working. And you can see here that I have in fact built the hello contract inside of CLion. I think that was everything I wanted to cover in this video. One thing he calls out in his video as well. I highly recommend checking his video, by the way, which is why I keep mentioning it in this video. if I wanted to create my own smart contract, and this is how he does his smart contract development, I would, probably what I would do is I would copy over this hello contract and rename it to like, whatever contract I'm working on, rename the class and all the other stuff. But one thing you also have to do is add it to the CMake lists here if you want to build it with the rest of the EOSIO contract code, which he calls out in his YouTube video. So essentially that's how you get EOS working in CLion. It is helpful in that you can do autocomplete and fancy navigation and all that stuff. It's very helpful for that, and I do use it for that. Anytime I need to navigate the code, I'll use the IDE. But just indexing, building, all that stuff just takes too long for me. I prefer to work in the command line anyway. So you'll see me doing it in the command line, but there's nothing stopping you from doing the same coding in your IDE. So I'll see you in the next video.